The city is also working very closely with the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point on studying that traffic corridor along Franklin Street. It's been a problem corridor for pedestrians and for cars and trucks for way too long. Now, some of you may actually remember there was a time where there were no traffic control signals at the intersection of Division Street and 4th Avenue. Years ago, under Mayor Haberman and then Mayor Schultz, the city repeatedly tried to have state approval for traffic signals to be put in at 4th Avenue. Now, many of you may remember that Division Street at one time was Business 51 under federal jurisdiction. And by the way, it still is. A lot of people don't realize that, but that it's still on the federal highways map. But a long story short, they were able to finally say, look, it's a safety concern, and the city proactively went ahead and on its own initiative put the traffic signals in at 4th Avenue. The hope there was to funnel the university students who were moving from west to east to the campus or vice versa going home would use the 4th Avenue area. But with time and trends changing in the city of Stevens Point, many of those homes, apartments, have developed to the south and to the west of the university with more and more pedestrian traffic crossing at Franklin and at Briggs Street. Well, I'm pleased to announce today that the city, with our Public Works Director, Scott Schutzschneider, working closely with university officials and, of course, our police department, are currently developing for me a series of recommendations that we can implement quickly, not have to wait 6 to 8 months to do this. The recommendations from our Director of Public Works that can be implemented rather quickly in that Division Street corridor. Now, some of the ideas that we're looking at and are under study is if you think about driving north on Division Street in that fire station area, there are a myriad of signs and flashing lights and electronic billboards. We're going to take a look at, can some of those signs be taken down? Do all of those yellow flashing lights still serve a function? The lights that are activated, of course, when emergency vehicles are exiting the fire station. The theory there is when emergency vehicles are exiting the fire station, there are lots of red lights that are on, and people would know right away anyway that the ambulances and fire trucks are leaving fire headquarters and probably don't need those yellow flashing lights to be on too. So Scott and his team, working with police, are taking a look at, all right, what signage can be removed from those couple of blocks, ensure pedestrian safety, vehicular safety, but at the same time perhaps start to remove some of the distractions that may pull a driver's eyes off those crosswalks. Another thing we're going to look at in that area of town is serviced well by Wisconsin Public Service streetlights, but it's a dark part of town because we're using, well, fundamentally a lower wattage bulb. That's not the exact term, but it's like if you have a 40-watt bulb in that home, maybe we could upgrade those bulbs to 75 watts, make them a brighter bulb, and fundamentally make that whole corridor, Briggs Street to 4th Avenue, including Franklin, brighter so motorists in inclement weather and fog really can see pedestrians that are trying to cross there if we do a better job of lighting that intersection. So look for some recommendations, look for some changes. We take safety very seriously in this city, and I'm pleased that our Director of Public Works, proactively working with university officials, is developing a series of recommendations that I will review and approve very soon for immediate implementation.